Hey y'all. So I am in the process of recording my second podcast. I figured I'd get it out the way early this morning. So while recording this podcast, I'm gonna go live. So it could also be a Facebook video and a YouTube video. You see we be thinking. Okay. So let me set up my stuff over here. So we can start this conversation about dating and my experiences with dating and the things I think might be holding me back right now. All right. So a lot of us are at a point where we feel like we want a husband, a wife, or a spouse. And a spouse really is nothing more than a husband and a wife. So let's look at the definitions of all the things that go with marriage, husband, wife, and all of that. So a marriage, that is a combination or mixture of two or more elements or legally or formally recognized union of two people as partners in a personalized relationship. So a union is the act or fact of joining or being joined. And a partner, is either of a pair of people engaged in the same activity or a member of a married or established unmarried couple. So when it comes to dating and wanting to find a spouse, there are steps to it. I know a lot of people don't follow these steps anymore when it comes to dating, but I feel like there are some steps. I feel like first there's just the initial dating where you are courting somebody. Y'all are just going on basic dates, getting to know each other, the ins and outs. And then you step into the point where, I think I like, and you date numerous people during this dating phase. You're courting people, you're meeting different people. There is no exclusivity at all. You know what I'm saying? But then you may find somebody within this dating pool that you like, you know what? I think we should date exclusively, like me and you. I think this should be a thing. We should do a thing together. I like this. So, okay, now you dating exclusively. We're working our way. After the exclusive dating, hopefully it moves into a relationship. And after relationship, hopefully you get married. So those are kind of the steps that it takes to getting married or leading yourself to a spouse. So lately, I've been telling people that I want a husband. I feel like the clock inside of me says I should have a husband at this point in time in my life. And yeah, that is definitely how I feel. But with my dating life and my dating style, I'm not sure if I'm holding myself back from finding a husband. So when I date, I meet a lot of great guys. I've had a good amount of proposals, but I also have this habit of putting people in the friend zone. And like, I'm a fan of the friend zone. I love putting people in the friend zone. Like, I love it there. And we could start off so cool. This thing could seem so perfect. And then I don't know if maybe it gets too close to being real, or maybe we like each other too much and it starts getting a little too serious and I kind of back away. Or sometimes they just do something irritating and they end up in the friend zone. And when you end up in the friend zone, there's really no coming out. You're usually there for the rest of your life. You don't get out of there. You're in like friend jail. So I'm trying to figure out what my issue is. So I take it back to when I was in school, the way I used to date in school. It was like, we've all had people that had said and done things to us. I've had people, it's a lot of people that don't find me attractive, and that's fine. Everyone has their own perspective. I don't have to be attractive to you. So in school, a lot of people would call me ugly and things like that, and I didn't have low self-esteem, but it was like I had to prove to myself that I wasn't ugly. It was like, all right, well, all these people here telling me I'm ugly, but I don't think I'm ugly, so we're gonna figure it out. So in school, it would be guys that all the chicks would like, or it'd be a dude at school that was super fine, and I would always go after the guy that all the chicks liked, or I'd go after the guy that was the finest, and I would get him. And then after I get them, it was like it was going through the task of getting them to like me. We like each other. Then after I get them, we're dating. I kind of just lose interest. It's just not. It wasn't really a thing anymore. I was kind of over it, or yeah, I was over it. After it's like I've accomplished the mission that I had came to do, and most of my dating was like that. And I tried to figure out, does that have something to do with the way I am dating now? Is that still in me that I get to know a person, I meet a person, I'm really fascinated by them at first, and then a little bit in there, then I'm kind of over it. It's like, well, it was cool at first, but I could do without it now. I can move on. And there are some guys that I find that I really, really like that I want to date. And I guess maybe that's the difference because a lot of guys want to date me. And when I find people I want to date, I don't know. It just never really goes the way I wanted to. I'm not really sure about that. So, and then also when we go back in people's dating history, I feel like a lot of us have given just random people chances. It's like, oh man, you cool, I'm cool, we get along. Hey, let's date. This could work out. How about we try this? And it's like, no, it shouldn't be that easy just to date. Some people, when you watch things on TV or you've heard stories, like people have to jump through hoops and do all types of stuff to date people. And I feel like a lot of us don't really have standards or make it a thing for someone to try to date us. Because, after you get in a relationship and people be like, you're not doing anything. You don't take me on dates. We don't do this. And it's like, well, if a person never really had to do anything to get you, it's like, why would they just be doing a whole bunch of stuff during a relationship unless that's just who they are? So the whole fact of not really, I don't say we should just make people do a whole bunch of things to date us, but if there was no like struggle, I guess, or no work put in there, then it's like, people don't really appreciate what they have. And sometimes I think when it comes to women that we give a lot of, and this could be for men too as well. I think we give a lot of random guys chances because most of us didn't have a male figure. And I don't want to say that we have daddy issues. I really don't know what daddy issues are. And even if a person did have daddy issues, like how the fuck do you know you have daddy issues? Like how do we know this at all? But I think when you don't have a male in the house or no male figure around, you really don't have an example of the type of guy that you're looking for or should be looking for or trying to date, or the characteristics, or what he should be doing after y'all become grown. Should he be working this and that? So then you find yourself just kind of dating random people and giving random people chances. And I feel like that happens with males too, because a lot of people have bum ass mamas. So, when you've had a bum mom, it kind of just leaves you open to dating whatever type of chick because you never really had any standards because this is the standard you saw as a kid. And like I said, most of us females, we didn't have a standard of a man to see as a child. So when dating, I think we just kind of give whoever a chance. And, we shouldn't. We shouldn't. So I feel like nowadays we should raise our standards. And even when I say raise our standards, it don't have to be too high, but you hop on fucking Instagram and you see a chick, somebody engaged, proposing to her with 5 fucking rings. Like, damn, how do I get that like where somebody proposes with 5 rings at the same time? And someone clearly had their standards up there, clearly. And, we have these things where we're just real simple. Like, look, don't be begging, don't be asking for nothing, don't be broke. At least have the basics and have your own home and have a car. And it's like, should we just leave it at something as simple as that when it comes to dating? Just, I don't know. I guess maybe it is. Maybe I'm just the person on the late bus because most of the time I see a whole bunch of posts where guys be complaining about chicks saying the guys should have this and that and they don't have too much of anything. But I feel like everybody should have that, the basics. If you want to date somebody, you should have yourself a car, have a crib, and a job or some type of income coming in before you want to date anybody. You should have that simple shit together. And then if you want to add some other standards to it, like you need a degree, you need to be making 100,000. I mean, that's on you. But I feel like nowadays it seems like it is kind of hard just to find people with the basics. So the fact that you even have to make that a standard is a crazy thing. Like, at least have a crib when everybody just should have a crib. You just should have a job. We shouldn't have to go through these struggles of, trying to make sure people have the simplest, most basic shit for us to even attempt to date. And also with the dating world, it's like we kind of just skip over the red flags. And then sometimes we see the red flags and I don't know, we just don't care. Like, we look back later after everything has crashed and burned and we're like, damn, I saw the red flags and I just didn't. Yeah, we saw it. We saw it. And it just was like, it's there, but maybe it'll change later. I don't know. But clearly, when a red flag is there, you need to take heed and know that that issue is that issue, and that's what it's going to be. Like, that's probably not going to change. That's in that person. That's who that person is, and their fucking attitude. Like, if they are a person that wants to argue all the time, or a person that always, has some type of fucking issue, or is mad or aggressive, just know that is who that person is going to be in the relationship. Like, you might think, they might just be like this sometimes. When they cool, so it's cool. Nah. When they like that, they're gonna be like that. Like, it's always gonna be cool when it's cool. That's why shit is good when it's good. But, if you see these negative traits in the person, you see these red flags, don't avoid that shit. And of course, it's easier for the people on the outside, like our friends, to see them bring it up. And they're like, no, man, he just be tripping sometimes. Don't be, no. Whatever they telling you, if they telling you, like, hey, don't fuck with dude. Don't fuck with her. Like, maybe you should listen to that. Like, as much as we like them and we want to fuck with them, we probably shouldn't. It's probably some shit that we saw and now our friends are seeing, that they are trying to warn us and stop us from getting ourselves into some shit. And, most of us, we like to go get into some shit anyway because we like doing what the fuck we want to do. So take heed to red flags. Take heed to people's attitudes. If a motherfucker acting crazy while y'all just kind of dating, please believe they're going to be crazy when y'all get together, and it's going to be intensified because y'all probably going to be in love or some shit now. So they're going to be insane by then. So motherfuckers acting crazy or doing wild shit, or y'all arguing, they want to break shit, and it's like early in a relationship, that's what the fuck it is. It's not gonna that's the ride you're in for if you choose to stay. It is. So yeah, so now we go back to me wanting to find a husband, my dating style, me dating guys, and then after I accomplish the mission of getting them to like me, and then me just being over it and dumping them or putting them in the friend zone. And now I feel like I should go try and date seriously and find somebody. And when I do attempt to date, or when I do attempt to meet people, they all assume I'm a player. And it's fucked up. Like, I do date. I do meet lots of people. I am a vlogger and all this other stuff, but it doesn't automatically make somebody a player. And it's like, I'm very transparent with guys. That doesn't make me a player. Like, if I'm talking to you and I'm also talking to somebody else, I have no problem letting you know I'm finna go on a date tonight. But, I can still call you after if you want me to. Like, people like, man, I've never dated a player. But it's not that I'm a player. It's just that I am transparent and I am open in what everything I have going on. Because at this point in life, we playing games and lying to each other for what? And if we move on to the next stage, then I won't be going on dates with other people. I'll just be going on dates with you. It won't be me. What is this called? We're just gonna say dating. I forgot, someone had a name for it, what I do, but dating is what it is essentially. So, and I know some people that feel like when they date you, you should only be talking to them. And like I said, I feel like it's stages to dating. So if I first meet you and we're recording, we're just going out to eat and just talking on the phone, there's no reason I should just be talking to you. Like, why? Like, what makes you so special that I should just be talking to you? Just like what makes me so special that you should just be talking to me? I mean, I'm the fucking bomb, though, so you should be. But if you're not, okay. But but yeah, it's like I have different conversations with different people, and who knows? At that time, you might just be the only person. But I feel like the things that I want, as far as a spouse and a partner, it's kind of hard to find nowadays. Like, I don't know many guys that know how to fish. I don't know many guys that know how to hunt. A whole bunch of white guys. I know a lot of Caucasian guys that can do these things. But like hunting and fishing and building and gardening and just like knowing a whole bunch of like man skills. Like, that's what I feel like I'm looking for. And there's not too many guys that have that can fix some shit. Like, I know about 4 that I'm able to call at any time, and they are men to me. They do men shit. I call them if I want to buy a car. I call them if something messed up in my house. I call them if things need to be moved, because they're available for that. And then there's other guys, they're not. You'll ask them to do something, they're like, oh man, you want me to come over and move what? You want me to do what? I said, oh, you need help with. And it just sounds like a whole bunch of lazy tiredness. Like, what the fuck? Like, what? This is not the person I want to marry or have as a husband. That just sounds like he's just irritated and tired to do anything. It doesn't want to be productive at all. I mean, I mean, what are we doing here? So the type of person I'm looking for, it seems like it's hard to find where I live. I mean, I know it's a world full of people, so I have a world to search. But as far as in my close neighborhood surroundings, it's not too many. And sometimes I feel like my standards are too high, but then it's like, no, they're not. And you find yourself lowering your standards because you're like, well, I ain't found what I wanted. So maybe I should just take this down a bit. Maybe I just want a little too much. And it's like, nah, what I'm asking for is very, very normal. I feel like back in the olden days, our granddads and shit knew how to build shit. They knew how to grow stuff. Most of y'all granddaddies know how to do all that shit. So it's just like, why y'all don't know how to do it? So it isn't like I'm asking for too much because these things were just done like 2 generations ago. Maybe like 1 generation ago. I'm gonna say 2. But it's not a lot. It's not too hard. And it's not too much. It's not even like I'm not asking for these rich. I don't want you just you don't have to do too much. Just can we all just do the basics and do our part? But there may also be a guy looking for a chick with a job. I'm not her. I'm not gonna go back to work. I'm not at all. You catch me doing. I'm going to work and do things on my time, and I'm going to make money. You're not going to have to take care of me at all. But yeah, I'm going to do things on my time. And I feel like nowadays men aren't, not all men. I can't even say all men. It's a lot of men that are dependable, but when you start to find out they're just not very dependable. It's like that is a thing you look for. I feel like when I find a man, I want to be able to depend on him, like with anything, with conversation, with mama thoughts. If I'm fucked up in the world and need a ride, if I'm trying to go buy something, I want his input. I should be able to depend on him for most things. I just feel like that's what kind of like a husband is for, a person to depend on. It's like I know chicks that be wanting friends and things like that. My friends are not dependable, and at this point, I feel like that's what I want a husband for. I should be able to depend on him, and he should be able to depend on me. Like that should be that. I shouldn't have to have a whole bunch of friends and shit because I got him. Everything is fine. We got each other. So these are the struggles I am going through right now with wanting a partner and searching for a partner. And then the type of partners I want, they are hard to find because most of them are busy. Like the type of man that I do want, he's around, but he's not really out in the world because he's somewhere at work working. He's somewhere working or building or doing real man shit. So I don't know where to find him. He might check his Facebook every now and again, but I'm not his Facebook friend yet to even know it's him. So that's another thing. Hardworking men are not really just out in the world like that. It's like they be at work, they be at home, they be sleep. Like most of the hardworking guys I talk to, that's what they're doing. Anytime I call, they're out working or with their kids or sleeping. So besides the ones I already know, I know trying to find somebody new, it is going to be a task because I know the type of man I'm looking for he is not out and about. I'm not going to find him at the bar. Like it would be a random thing to find him at the bar. I think my mom told me that. She was like, girl, he at Home Depot. And I was like, you know what? He probably is Home Depot because he out working and building shit. So yes, he is somewhere in there getting supplies, getting wood, getting pipes. He's in there working. So I feel like most women, if you're looking for a hardworking man, we should probably just go scout Home Depots every now and again and stay in there, grabbing stuff. And then when you in there looking fine while they already working, you're gonna catch their eye because that's what it is. So I think maybe we found a solution right there. Maybe I should just scout Home Depots every now and again, and maybe I'll find what I'm looking for. But that was the gist of this conversation. Me trying to get to the roots of my dating style, of me wanting a husband, people not really being on the same page as far as being partners and even the partner gender role type thing. Because I'm definitely into gender roles. Like I will stay home and take care of the children and raise them and make biscuits and cakes and cupcakes and pancakes and whatever. I'm down for all of that. So yeah, it depends on the type of partner you want. The task of trying to find this partner, the task of dating the right way and actually analyzing the person that you meet and just not hopping into a relation quickly because we do hop in relations quick. Like I was talking to this dude, we were getting to know each other, and he must have met another chick while we were getting to know each other. And maybe like 3 weeks later, they was in a relationship. And I was like we were still shocking. Like, well, how did this happen? Y'all just met. You just met her. Like, how is, well, she was trying to woo me. She sent me some edible arrangements to my job. Then she, like, what the fuck? Like, but still, you don't even know her yet. Like, I mean, you don't know me, but some people just move way too fast. You need to get to know people. Just because somebody sent you some edible arrangements or took you out or bought you a plane ticket, do not just be with them. No, because that is not enough. You need to actually get to know people. And it takes time to get to know people. Don't date them and then get to know them while y'all together. And then you're going to figure out you don't like them. Then you're like, dog, I want to get out this relationship. This stupid. I don't even like dude. And I know a lot of people right now that's in relationships with motherfuckers they do not like. And they still in them. And then they're going to come to me and they're going to complain about it and tell me how weak it is and how much they hate it. But they're still there. Time to get to know people. Take time to actually analyze and meet your partners and meet their families and know the backgrounds of the environments that they're from. Because that's the main thing. We may be cool and we may be somewhat the same, but the environments we all were raised in, that's what made us who we are. So that's the shit that's gonna, bring us together or separate us. So yeah, take the time to get to know who you're fucking with while we're dating and going through these situations, especially with the way everybody is now. Everybody a little freaky. I ran into a lot of couples that wanna date or just wanna. I guess they just want to flip me. It seems like I don't know what they want to do. I'm not sure, but get to know your partner too, because your partner might be into that. You think you'd have found somebody you're gonna be monogamous with, and like 3 months in, they're like, "Hey, so I was thinking we should probably bring another person into this," and you weren't even expecting that. You didn't even know they was into that. You know why? Because you didn't get to know the person that you was trying to fuck with. That's why you should get to know. So that was the gist of my podcast today, you guys. The dating game and the process of trying to find who you want, or well, my process and the things I've been through and the way I've been processing it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope y'all tune back into Conversations with Francois. We'll be back next week with another episode, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.